Yes people, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. It is Ollie here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I edit on Final Cut Pro. So basically I've got some footage from some guys that I know, they're a building company, so I went and shot some footage with them and actually helped them out for a while. So I basically just shot some footage of them doing a job, and I just want to show you how I'm going to put this together, right? And I'm just going to keep this so natural, so, you know, live. Basically, I'm not going to do any editing to this video itself, because obviously it's going to be me editing this video. But yeah, there's no sort of structure to this video, as in I was just sort of filming them as they was progressing on their job. So sort of like a start to finish of the job. So you can see I've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 clips. Let me be a little bit bigger. I've got 12 clips, and none of these clips are long at all, right? So I just want to show you how I'm going to go about putting these clips together and just getting like a nice little edit for these guys, right? So first things first, I'm just going to import all of this footage into Final Cut. So just hold the shift key and select everything. And I'm actually going to create a new event for this, and we're just going to call it Custom Building Limited. Let's put CBL, Custom Building Limited. Okay, cool. So now we've got this new project here down as CBL, and what we're going to do is we're just going to hit File, New Project, and I'm basically going to edit this for... I'm going to edit this as like a big video, so it will be played on, you know, so it could be for like YouTube or like an actual promo video. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, and we'll just call it Custom Building Limited, because that's what they're called. And now you can see it's going to separate it into a different clip. You can see my import has been completed, so all of my footage is now in here, right? So the first thing that I like to do is go and find some music, right? So me personally, I like to use the YouTube audio library at the moment, simply because I'm a YouTuber, and you know, the music that's on here, you know, it's never going to be copyrighted, basically. So I always use YouTube audio library. There's obviously a limit to what music you're going to get on here, obviously, because it's free music. You can obviously go ahead and use, oh, I'm in Bass's YouTube account. You can go ahead and use anything like epidemic sound, you know. There's loads of different music sites and stuff, so just go check something out. But that's sort of my process, is I always start with the music. So let's go to the audio library from my account. All of these are downloading. Cool. Get rid of that. And I want to go with something probably like, I don't know, like rap or dance, electronic, or something along those lines. So I'm just going to go for mood, really, and I'm going to just put like happy, funky, inspirational. Let's put bright as well, and hit apply. And then obviously this is the point where you just want to basically check out all these different music, find something you like and something that you feel is going to suit the project. So I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to start back when I find a decent thing for me to use. Okay, so I've found the music I sort of want to use. It's only going to be a little edit, as I mentioned before. So yeah, I found the music I want to use. And basically my next part is going through and just finding in these clips what I want to use. Sometimes I do it where I sort of pick out at this point what I want, and then just only select what I want to use and drag it into the timeline. But I'm just going to select everything and just drag everything onto the timeline, because I basically want to see how long everything is as well, right? So at this point, obviously, because of the sequence that I've recorded this, because it's literally someone doing something from start to finish, A to B. It's pretty simple because you drag it on a timeline and it's, you know, it's already in chronological order, I think is the word I'm looking for. But then from this point, nice and simply, I would just drag my audio on here. For the time being, I can just highlight everything and turn the audio down. I just make myself a little bit smaller so we can see everything. And then basically I would just start playing around with it. So I would just firstly just watch it and just see. So you can see straight away like there's dead parts of that clip. So like that first bit I'm not going to want, so I'm just going to hit Command and B, and you can just start chipping away at it basically, right? So you have to you have to move the music, otherwise if you was to delete that, it would delete the music. So just hit off that and just start playing around with it. You don't have to put the music on first, but I sort of like to do it this way. And I'm just going to show you basically how I start it. So you can see that it drops on there, right? So obviously I want the drop to be when it starts getting into them working. So you can see here, there, just sort of starting it, right? So I think I'm going to start this from here, and then I'm going to split the clip. And then from this bit where it goes in, I'm gonna make it fast. Let's make that like 20. And then let's slow this first bit down. So let's put this to like 50. And I think some of the beginning of this clip doesn't really need to be here, the music bit of it. So maybe if we start the music from like here, and we bring the music to like here, yeah, that looks a little bit decent. And now what we're going to use, we're basically going to use that spike in the audio. You can see where the drop, the first initial drop takes place. And what you can do just to really exaggerate that is bring your playhead to the drop, select the audio and just hit M. And then that's going to leave a marker on there, right? Now, one thing I do sometimes like to do is before I even start arranging my clips, I like to listen to the music and then just literally play it all the way through and just hit M on the beats that I know that I want to change the music on. Hopefully this will show you what I'm talking about. So we're just going to select the music, hit the space bar, so it's going to start playing it, and then just have our finger on the M waiting to leave markers. So you can see that kick after, right, straight away. And you might have to do this a couple of times, and especially if you're not like music minded or music hearing, I don't know, music aided, whatever, right? But you just want to do this a couple of times. So you can see I missed that one, like it didn't drop. But you see how I was going on the beat. So every time it was making the, I'm basically dropping a marker down, right? So it's going to be there, probably there, go again, there. Cool, and that's basically it. You can see that I'm sort of leaving those markers in there. I think up to about there. I'm probably going to only want this about 40 seconds long anyway, probably maximum, to be honest. So that's pretty good. You can see that I'm probably going to have to start now manipulating this bit at the start. And let's just try and keep it to, you see here, now we can use that marker, right? if I slow this down, you can see that this is now in line with that clip, so it's going to change that clip straight after, right? So now what we can do is split this one, and we want to make this fast, make that about an 8. We just want that to speed into it. See how that looks. So obviously that doesn't look great at all. This looks kind of cool, like. We don't want that bit in there like that. We don't really want that bit either. I don't even really want that bit, to be honest. So just start clipping the bits out, and you're going to get, obviously now this is going to have moved the drop completely. Go back, go back. I think it's that bit in the middle I don't really like. I'm just going to add like a zoom in effect here, like a smooth zoom. Let's add a smooth zoom in. Now we can add some like sound effects to that as well later, but let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm basically, so this is all what you have to do when you're doing this sort of stuff as well. So I'm basically going to clip that down, so we're just going to start from here, because I think a lot of that is sort of unnecessary as well. So from here, and now what we can do is we can just have this very quickly, like, yeah, that one doesn't really need to be there, like, could be, but it doesn't need to be. Like all of that doesn't, this clip doesn't really need to be in there. And then that leaves us with this bit, so now we can make this bit a bit faster. And you can see how that can literally go into there now, so like so. Let's add a little swish, swish, swish. Just gonna add this little sound effect in here. Where's that going? Add that like so. I'm just putting this just so it has a little bit of something in that to liven it up a little bit, and you can just bring that right down. It doesn't have to be loud, it's just so there's a little, yeah. You can make adjustments to all of that later as well. So now this is obviously where you can start to play around with these. Honestly, how I like to do it is just play around with the clips, man. Like this bit, you can see you've obviously got all of the bits that's gonna start changing, right? With all of the beats. So that's why I said at the start, sometimes I like to cut out the bits that are no good, because you can see like this bit is obviously really good, but the bit to the left of it obviously isn't. It makes no sense. So just do this with the clips now, just trim out the bits that really don't look great. I think that bit does. That bit can do, like the, yeah, that could be pretty cool. That was sped up. I'm just very experimental when I edit stuff. Like I just sort of see it how I just edit it how I sort of see it as I'm like. Yep, cut that bit out. can see that I didn't really shoot this with any intent. I was just sort of grabbing clips as we were doing. Pretty sure I was doing this to do like a mask. Cool. So I think that is basically it. You can see there's not a lot of footage here to work with, to be honest, but it's about 19 seconds long. But that's cool. That's basically what I wanted. I didn't want it to be very long. I want it to be pretty short. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get all of these clips in line with these markers, right? So you can see that they're all just a bit out of line, and I'm just gonna see what makes the most sense for me to get these in line with each other, right? So what I could do with this one is I could split this, right? So it's on there, and then I could do it like this. Cool. This one where it changes and it thingies, I could have this one, because this one goes in, right? So it goes shh. Right, so maybe we play around with the keyframes in here. So to add a keyframe, just hit the transform button, hit the keyframe button here, and we're gonna zoom in, but we're then gonna see, yeah, so I'm gonna zoom into the tool that he's using, and it's also gonna zoom into that smoke. So we're gonna get right to the end. And we're just going to add this like that. We're going to add a bit of rotation so it looks pretty cool. Just so like it's zoomed into there, right? And if we go back, yeah, it just adds like a little bit. I think that's pretty cool, but this bit could go in front of that, even though it's not chronologically correct. It doesn't matter. Just because I don't want it to go from this clip where he's like that to then the clip where he was standing up. It just makes no sense. We could do that as a, let me put me up here. We could do that as a smooth zoom out. Hold up. Yeah, we can. Make that really small again. Add this little swish on there. Swish. Same with this one. We can just start this in. So with this clip here, and you can see that it's going to come out as well, so it, yeah, smooth zoom. So if you just make this a little bit bigger, there you go, change this a little bit, and then with this bit here, we just want to basically have it start right at the beginning of the clip, by the way, as well. So there you go, you can see it's doing it automatically through the transition that we've added to it. But what we're going to do is we're just going to add an extra little one to it. We're just going to scale it in to probably about here. I just want it where it's like you can see the tool, and then we're going to change this to like 20, yeah, like so, yeah, and then add a keyframe, and then we're just going to come out to like here, I'd say, yep, and then just change that back to 0, and then change that back to 100, and obviously bring it to the center, and you can make it a little bit less than a little bit more than 100, so it's like this, and then we can see. Okay, that looks kind of smooth, to be fair. See, that was going to swap there, so I'm just going to do the same thing. We're just going to put our playhead on the marker that I've already made, hit Command and B, it's going to split your clip, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to drag this clip in front of it. All that's going to do is put this clip back into the front, and I'm going to do the same thing. Right, I'm just going to use the transform tool. I'm going to zoom into this clip, so it starts off with like here. Add a little bit of rotation. This is just a little trick that I like to do some edits with. Go in a couple of keyframes, so 1, 2, 3 keyframes, and go back to 100. Then straighten this up. You haven't got to put it like back to complete straight either. Like, this is all totally up to you. Let's do a spin clockwise into this. I never really used these sort of transitions, but I feel like that could actually be alright in here. Oh, maybe not. Just going to line that up with that marker. Same again. I'm just going to line the next one up with a marker. That one basically is coming over a little bit. Same here. And what we're going to do for this one, right, is I'm just going to split this clip, make this one quick. I just like to have like quick little like things in all of my. It's just going to change that a little bit. I think that looks pretty cool. Add that as a little speed ramp. You can add this bit as a little speed ramp, so nice, add that as a little speed ramp. You can add that bit as a little speed ramp as well. Now, everything we can do, we can just line them up with these little blue markers. Look, so all of that, every clip basically is changing on the blue marker, right? Same again, just drag this one out till it's on the blue marker. That's basically. And then I'm just going to go to his Facebook because I just want to grab his logo. So go to Facebook, and I don't know how long that's taken me, but not too long at all. Just go to their Facebook account, custom building. let's come off the audio library. There we go. Custom building developments. Let's just grab their logo. Let me pause this. Right, okay, so I couldn't really find a decent enough logo, in all honesty, so I'm just going to basically use the text. I'm just going to use some text for it. So let's just click on to titles, or we can actually just hit Command and T. Oh, no. Where is it? Command, Shift and T. Option and T, Control and T. There you go, Control and T. That's a basic title. And then we're just going to change this to their name, so custom building developments. And then I know they have these bits down as different colours, so let's just change this bit on each of these. No, I've clicked the wrong one. We're going to change the colour to orange just on the C, B and D basically. So let's just do that. And D. Oh, cool, perfect. Don't really know how I want this to be at the end yet. And let's just put this for a free, no for a free. Let's just put now call now for a free, and then at the end no obligation quote. We can just change this, so just put this like so. Call now for free, and we can just use those blue markers we had before. Use them with the text as well. Text will probably even benefit more from like editing to the music. And obviously we don't want this to be too long, but we obviously don't want it to be too short. And just finish it there. I think that will be pretty decent, and if you want to do any further adjustments you can make them after. Just going to watch it back once. So one thing that stands out to me straight away is the sound effects and stuff for it. So I'm just gonna see how I imagine this ending quickly. Cool, which could be there easy. So I'm just gonna hit Command and B, get rid of this end bit, and now we've got this 25-second clip, which is, you know, pretty decent considering what it is. This really isn't like some big professional shoot in any way. Like, you know, it's just one of those, like I had my camera with me and I was like, okay, cool, let's like film some stuff for you guys quickly. So it wasn't like thought out, and this is literally just me jumping in, and I had no idea what I was going to do with this video today. I just wanted to show you my thought process of like mapping this sort of stuff out. So it's very quick, right? Very, very quick. Cool. I think that looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Right, so we're going to go back onto the audio, and I'm just going to select a pop. It's a balloon pop, I believe. A little side note, little tip as well. If you only want to use a certain point of a clip or sound, then you can actually use the I and O key, right? So instead of me taking this whole balloon clip, I can select where I want to take it from. So like here, for example, and hit I, so in. And then here, out. So the in and out point. Now you're only bringing that small part of this clip rather than a big bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line these up, the balloon pop, with the start of these text, right? So when the text come in, like here, I just want the balloon pop to also play. Another little tip, hold down Alt and then click and drag that one, and it's going to then make a duplicate of it. Same again, Alt and drag it. Drag that in line with this one. You can watch that back, see how it looks. Cool. You can leave all of this as it is. Like, honestly, I didn't have like high expectations with this video whatsoever, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to split this clip here, and I'm just going to lower the music a little bit so it's like a little outro, and it's going to be more focused on yeah, cool. I actually really like that. Honestly, for that's pretty much going to be it, because it's one of those things that you can like almost over edit in a sense. This is just for like a friend of mine as well, so it's not like a paid project or anything that you need to obviously spend a load of time into it. But I think this looks pretty nice as like a little favour for a friend anyway. I don't know if I like this bit at the start, like the this bit as well. Let's see if I like it without that. Yeah. I don't know if this has any, if that bit after has any need, as in like this could just be slowed down. Let's have a look. Slow this down. Slow this down and have it clip into there like that. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Bye. Yeah, bye. So that's what you need to do. Just watch it, and then what improvements can you make to it every single time, right? I think that's better. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to hit transform, and I'm going to zoom this in, right? I'm going to zoom it in like so, and then I'm going to zoom it to about here, and I'm going to hit this keyframe tool, and we're going to go to the end of the keyframe where it goes to here, and we're just going to come out a little bit, right? So it's going to be slowly coming out as it's going to the side, I think to there. Watch it back. We'll hit done first, shall I say. I can see that I don't like that, right? So I'm going to take that out. Hit Control Z until you get back to the original state. Cool. That's basically it, to be honest. I'm going to show you my little luck trick that I sort of put on pretty much every video like this. All I basically do is when I have it to this point of completion, I say this is pretty complete now for what it is. I would just go up into the top left and hit the text tool, and we're going to find the adjustment layer. In the adjustment layer, we can just drag this on, and we want to make sure this adjustment layer goes all the way to the end of this clip. Now drag it to the top, and we're actually going to use an effect. If we hit all, we're actually going to use our where is it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I was on transitions, that's why, sorry. We're going to use the MLUT, right? So just hit MLUT. You can go ahead and download this, just literally type in MLUT for Final Cut or MLUT by Motion VFX, and you just drag it on top of your adjustment layer. We're going to hit the tab at the top, and we're basically just going to choose a LUT to use on this video. So hit the MLUT library. There's loads already in the library. I've got a custom one by Ryan Nangle, I think his name is Ryan Nangle with an N. He does a lot of Final Cut videos, go check him out. Oh duh, you're just going to add that to it. It's going to take a while. This usually does take a while, and that's why I typically add this as like the last thing. So I wouldn't suggest putting your adjustment layer on and then making adjustments. That's sort of funny, isn't it? It's kind of funny in a sense. And you can see straight away I've added this orange dolphin OG. Typically what I put on stuff just because it gives that like the cinematic look for pretty much everything, and because they've got orange t-shirts, I think it's going to look pretty cool. And you can see straight away that that's obviously like a bit too extreme for this clip. It looks a little bit too cinematic, right? So we probably want to lower this down. Typically I'm going from 50 to 60 or something like that. It's just gonna keep all of this looking cinematic, basically, right? And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to I actually really like that. Honestly, I really like it. I'm just going to lower that down to 50% because I think it's a little bit overwhelming. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some very, very, very subtle camera movements in the transitions. And this is, I've basically done it on a lot of them, but I just want to add a couple of things on here. So like this bit, for example, I'm just going to split the clip and then just have it like go, yeah, you can see, just have it like come in a little bit. And these are going to be like the smallest little adjustments. It's just going to add something a little bit funky to the edit. Yeah, like that. You won't even notice half of this stuff now. Like even that bit, like if we just split that a little bit and just make that like quick, you won't even notice it in the final edit, but that's the most important thing, is the things that people don't notice. That's what you want as an editor. Right, and then you can just basically just render this out. It's going to start rendering everything. If you've never done this before, it will render everything out, and then once everything's rendered out, that's when you want to do your final sort of overview of watching everything through, see if everything is on point, and then obviously if anything needs to be changed, go ahead, change it, render it out again, and then just keep making those adjustments. One thing I'm going to do with this, because I haven't even told this guy, like I was making it for him, it's just like a nicety sort of thing. So I'm gonna do a couple of different versions of this, as in I'm gonna do it like so. I'm gonna do one with a letterbox as well, so like a cinematic type of thing, more so for a nicety. Like I don't think he'd want to use the cinematic version, but it's just like a nice version, ain't it? So I'm gonna add the letterbox, so a cinematic version, and I'm also going to create a Instagram clip out of it as well, and just have some call to actions to follow their social media presences as well. So guys, pretty sure that is it. I'm going to run the final edit of this at the end of this video as well. If you haven't already, you need to smash the subscribe button. I'm making tons of content here on the channel. I'll see you in the next video.
Hollywood 6.